Hello, trade pros. Good morning. Welcome to our morning market update for Tuesday, November 20th of 2018. This is George Papazov from Trade Pro Academy. Today, we got a few things to talk about. We're going to talk about oil, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. All right. And when I say NASDAQ, I mean tech companies and their recent moves. So let's get started, and we'll give you a tour around the globe. We don't have a morning market fun fact because we're not going to have fun today. No, that's not why. The reason is I didn't like the morning market. Fun fact. I didn't have time to find another one. All right, so Japan's down 1.1% today. Hong Kong down 2 percentage points. China down 2.1%. India down 0.8 of a percentage point. So all across the board, a sea of red in the Asian equities market. In Europe, at midday, London's down 0.1. Paris is down 0.6. Frankfurt's also down 0.6 of a percent. So we're seeing a sell-off in Europe as well. We're seeing a continuation to the downside this week. And that's not typical or normal for this week, especially this Thanksgiving week. And I'll tell you why in a moment. All right, futures in the U.S., Dow is down 0.7, S&P's down 0.7, NASDAQ's down 1.2%. The NASDAQ has fallen 12.7% this quarter. It's on track for its largest quarterly drop since 2011, which was 12.9. So if we hold the current sell-off at this very moment, this is the worst quarter since 2008 currently, and it's at the moment as of the current NASDAQ levels. So very bearish. This is also the first negative Thanksgiving week so far since 2011, and this kind of Thanksgiving narrative of increased consumption isn't holding this year, frankly. Markets are continuing to sell off, and that's okay, all right, because you could use seasonality as a forecast tool, but it's not a crystal globe. It's not a ball that you could just breathe on, rub your hands around, and boom, here comes whatever you want. Hopefully you guys don't take that and flip it. Crude oil is up 0.3% today on OPEC's delegate saying the following: very likely OPEC will cut production compared to the previous period. There's initial agreement on a cut, but the amount hasn't been decided. The technical committee is still studying the markets and will announce its final conclusions before the Vienna meeting on December 6th. All right, so there is a production cut being done in the background, and it's under the works at the moment. There's going to be some more news leading up to the December 6th Vienna meeting, and we believe that a production cut will have some initial bullish news for the oil market, but it depends how much. And at the same time, any production cuts that are announced will probably be offset by increasing U.S. output. The United States is actually increasing their oil and are the number one exporter right now of oil, and they're not part of the production cut agreement. And so even if there's a production cut, which is what the Middle East wants, so the prices stabilize and even go up, Donald Trump wants lower prices, so he's outputting more. So the question now is, will a production cut, if it's not a significant production cut, will it matter? All right, will it be enough to hold off oil prices, or are we heading down for low 50s? Are we heading up for middle 40s? Anything's possible. So oil prices have been very bearish. We think there's a little bit of rebound in the works, but I think the downtrend is still on in oil. Okay. Let's move on to gold. Gold's down 0.1%, but it's up quite a bit to 1224 after hitting 1200 even. So we're seeing some upside. Bitcoin's down 16.6% to 4382, dropping as much as 20% overnight, hitting the 4,200 level for the first time in a while. Major losses across the board in cryptocurrencies today, and that's due to in part to the upcoming hard fork for Bitcoin Cash. And the other thing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies that's interesting here is I want to say this. There was a really good question that I had asked. Not just because it's not a good question just because I asked it, but I mean that's part of it. I'd asked in the first bear market, it's all good. Bitcoin's only been really around significantly rallying during a bull market, and that's fine. But I asked the first bear market, the first major sell-off in the equity market, how will Bitcoin react at its new price level? And there was two possibilities. Number one is that as stocks sold off, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be perceived as a safe haven asset. Money would flow into it. As stocks are sold off, the cash that's received will go into Bitcoin to be held for safe storage. All right, it's safety. It's a safety play. The second way for it to be would be to move with equities. Money is not going to Bitcoin for safety. It's being sold out of Bitcoin and equities and put into other things like gold more traditionally. And I think we got the answer. All right. Held off the first round of the downside on equity markets. Second round here with tech stocks crashing and S&P lower. It looks like it's going to be moving with equity markets. And that's an interesting thing for me because I didn't expect that. I thought it would move as a safe haven asset. Big sell stops in cryptos, and there's more downside coming. I had a target of 4,400. We hit it within 1 day and 1 day and a half. I don't know what happens from here. I haven't done another target lower. I think I was looking at 3,700 even as the ultimate target on the downside. I mean, the ultimate support for any stock is, guess what? It can't drop below what? The goose egg. Yeah, the ultimate support is the goose egg. So we got that. 830 is housing starts. We had that number, 1.228 million versus 1.225. A little bit better. Prior number revised higher. Housing permits are slight uptick in the middle of a pretty disappointing housing market the last couple weeks. So not bad. That's a pretty decent report. All right. Stocks across the globe are lower overnight. Each of the FANG stocks, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google, every one of those 5 stocks entered bear market territory yesterday officially. So according to technology, we're officially in a bear market. It's happened. It's not a when is this going to happen, if it's going to happen, what's going to happen next. Downside, 20% is the beginning of a bear market. How low does bear markets go? From 40 to 50% cut off of asset prices. That's how much we shaved off in 08. In 2001, in the tech bubble, it was about 43%. Before that, it was the early 90s. It was about 38%. So it's 40 to 50% on average drop from the height. We're at a very important level right now in the S&P 500. You guys will see here on this chart, and we just broke it. Wow. Not yet. Very close. You guys see on this chart, there's a red line and a green line. You want to know what they are? You subscribe and you find out, damn it. No, I'm just kidding. The red line here is 10% correction from the highs. That's a 26.51 quarter on the SPOOs. We're about to break that. All right. So now we're down 10% on the equity market once again. The green line is the 2018 open. That's where the price is open in 2018. Those two levels are very important. I told our subscribers to map them on there. Super important. Below there are sell rallies. We're going down. We're in a bear market. We're just beginning. You can see a lot of downside in the next couple of weeks. There was a period where I was wondering what would happen through Thanksgiving, what would happen through December, the holiday spending. Now that we're in official bear market territory on tech stocks and equity markets are dropping lower, forget about all that. Downside's the right side. All right. Target came out with its numbers today. People with the Francophone accent may call it Target. I don't know if I made that joke yesterday. I think I did. Terrible joke. Can't repeat a crappy joke. This is a good joke. You repeat it. A crappy joke, can't repeat it. It came out 109 versus 111 earnings per share. Operating margin slipped. They said that they had higher supply chain costs and growth in digital fulfillment is what drove the operating margins a little bit lower. But they did say we've invested heavily to serve our holiday shoppers and give them a choice of how they take delivery of their products. And the choice is delivered through online purchases or go and pick it up in store. All right, we have Kohl's, TJX, Lowe's, and Best Buy coming out with earnings today. Pay attention to it. That should have a fair impact on the retail sector and the XRT ETF. And it looks like downside today, guys. It looks like we're going to be offloading a lot of inventory, sell rallies. That's all we got. Today we have an elite trading session. One of our members who's very successful and consistent trading S&P 500 futures is going to go on the mic and share with our elite team his strategy, what he does, and we're going to get a chance to ask him questions. So that's exciting. That's our elite webinar at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Elite members get access to it. We got some great stuff coming up for Black Friday. Huge sale, huge promotion, if you will, that happens once a year. And this may very well be the last year that we do it for a reason I won't tell you till after. All right, so we got a lot of stuff coming, guys. We're really excited. Have a great day, manager, risk trade, TRADEPRO. Got to turn around, open up the room. We got some trading to do. Thank you. Goodbye, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Marky. Let me unplug this camera. I wonder if there's a wireless camera plug. I doubt it, but maybe there is. All right, guys, we officially broke the 10% correction level. We just traded it right now. There we go. We ticked right below. Yep. We are 26.51 quarter. We're trading below it. S&P 500 is now back to 10% correction. Next stop is 20% bear market. Tech stocks are already in a bear market. Technology stocks lead the way. They've led the way up, and they're leading the way down. There's a huge unload of securities happening at the moment. Institutional money is not buying, they're selling at the moment, and we got to go with them. So I'll show you some levels to sell rallies on both S&P 500. Victoria will jump on, talk about NASI, and Stephen will do oil. So let's get started for today's trading room.